Here we are. Are we on? We're always on. Hi, everybody. Welcome into, it's actually Women Unscripted Day today on Primetime TV. It's a special edition that we do every single month. And I tell you, sometimes it changes at the last minute for whatever reason. Today, we happen to have three of our original core four from, what is it, almost 5-6 years ago. Yeah, I know. And we're here, and we're here on our Christmas set. Helena Trangata, mostly known as Tinkerbella, and we have Sharon Kistler, amazing woman. She has a beautiful group, amazing woman, and of course Chrysula. Chrysula's walking tours in Tarpon. And we just want to thank everybody for joining us today, and hopefully your life is moving forward. You're able to push through some of the craziness that's out there today, not to mention, you know what I'm saying. And so we're going to try to help do that for you, let you know what we've been doing to make changes in 2020, and as we push forward for 2021, seeing that we're all certified life coaches, we might have a little bit to share because we believe in walking our talk, and boy, have we had to step up to the plate since, what was the C word, last April, May? No, started in March, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we've all had to go through a whole lot. And in our show, what are you doing?
And we're all laughing at John right now.
Only me here on the set. John's crawling around the floor. I don't know what he's adjusting. What's he doing here?
I think he was fixing
I guess they couldn't hear us.
The next thing he'll be on his skateboard riding along like he did one time.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Were you
I
in
remember that.
Were you here?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You never
Anyway.
know what's going to go flying by in front of you.
And you never know what we're going to say.
You never know. Cher was asking, well, what is our theme today? What is our topic? I go,
Because
none.
Cher is our theme girl.
None. And if you don't behave yourself, you know what we're going to do.
So that's right.
We're not right. Well, you got to make the noise while we do it.
Yeah. You know, the toy monkey.
Yes, I do. I just posted a film of my grandson doing that when he got his first motorcycle. You saw it. And he pushed the pedal, and it would go, and when it would stop, he'd go, yeah! So
I used to have one of those. And I have a toy collection.
We all did. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you laugh. So
Yeah,
that's
it does.
That's a good thing. We're starting to show off a good
Absolutely.
laugh. Because we all need to laugh and put some
Yeah.
good hormones in our
Yeah,
system.
we need those endorphins.
You know, how are
Yes,
you
we do.
guys? You doing okay?
We
I,
hope so.
I
We
mean,
hope
we
so.
really hope and pray, all kidding aside, you know, life isn't a bowl of cherries, and sometimes we do feel like we're in a bowl with the pits, and that has happened to each and every one
And
of
let's
us.
give the credit on that.
I know.
Irma Bombeck.
Thank you.
Yes.
Irma Bombeck.
Yes.
That was so long ago.
Gosh,
I
I mean,
remember that.
not that we're old or anything.
No. Well, you might remember it.
Maybe
Anyway.
we need it. We need to read her books.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
anything to lift our spirits.
You know, it's so true, and I'll tell you, we had a really wonderful weekend with you and a very small group of friends, really dear friends, to celebrate your husband's birthday.
It was
And I know
delightful.
you couldn't make it, and it was really indescribable because we've all been, I don't want to say under lock and key, but kind of, sort of. We haven't been able to go out and be out there, and now that things are advancing again, who knows what the future has to bring. So we had so much fun, so much laughter, and we hugged. We did. We came in, we did what we followed our protocol to some degree, but I mean, we even had one of our friends up on the dance floor. You know, Mars was up on the dance floor.
Oh,
Martha dancing.
Yeah.
Well, she needed
God
a little
bless her.
assistance, and it was so good.
It was so
nice.
joyful.
I know.
So joyful.
Very nice.
And Cher said that she cried when she saw it on the
I did.
Facebook
did.
post.
Did you?
And
I
I
did.
cried on the
Very
thing
good.
because she was sitting between Joe and Charlie. Charlie's her husband. And Joe's my husband, and he was the birthday boy. But the thing was, she said, I really would like to get up there. And he said,
Oh, she said that? Oh, see, I didn't know that.
he said, well, what do you got to lose? And so when she came on the dance floor, she said, I could die in that chair, I could die on this dance floor, I prefer to die up here.
Oh,
And not that she's dying, but she's been going through some challenges,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of health challenges
yeah,
for a
she
couple
has.
years. This is the first time we've seen her on the dance floor in a long time, and I'm telling you what, it was for me, it was the best part of the night.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
She couldn't stop smiling.
Oh,
It was so
nice.
good.
And
she had
we held her, you know, to make sure that she
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
fall.
right.
I mean,
Okay.
you know, we sometimes had to pick up other people
you know, you beat me to that.
a while back, but this time it wasn't. Martha went down. Nobody went down. Nobody went down.
No, nobody went down. I did go down, but I faced my fears. I went out and I did that twist.
Yes, she did.
You saw that, and I got that.
and
on
I even
film.
said to her, "What are you doing?"
I know Kelly was holding his breath. He was. He's going, oh, God, please don't do that twist on one leg like before. And I didn't. But I did do a mean twist.
Yes, you did.
I twisted.
and you did pull that one leg up.
Not up, but
Well,
just,
off
you know,
the floor.
kind of like that. You know, a little.
You want to get up and show
A
them?
little jig.
I think she should get up. How many people think she should get up and show us?
I have no music. And we can't play the music.
We can hum.
Don't tempt us.
do not
We
tempt
can
us.
sing.
Do not.
I can remember singing Kumbaya
Oh, yes,
on this
right
set.
on this
very
set.
stage.
Don't tempt us.
And that
because we
was
can sing.
unexpected. And Maura, oh, God love Maura. Maura was going to be here today, but
Yes.
she had a challenge with family members. So,
Yes.
Maura, we're praying for you
Yes.
and hopes that everything works out. And you're always here in spirit anyway, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maura for you. So maybe next month we'll have you back. But anyway, we're going to start just kind of like doing what we're doing, and hopefully you'll be sticking with us. And if you're bored, that's okay too,
Or
because
invite your friends.
you can take your mind off of something else and just watch us and see how crazy we get, right? I think John said there was, what did he say was in that liquor thing there?
Oh, my.
We haven't had any.
Apple
No, because if
something.
you
Wait a
see
minute.
that, we haven't had any.
Apple liqueur, but he won't
Crown.
let us have any. A Royal
Apple
Crown.
Crown.
Royal Crown Royal.
Ro-
There you go.
I just had a sip of Thanksgiving Day of Royal
Crown
Crown.
Royal.
We're so great.
Royal
I know,
Crown.
what do we know?
salted
We don't
caramel
know
Royal
nothing.
Crown.
All I wanted was
had
a
that
margarita
year
one
ago at
time.
my
You know,
son's. That makes
I
my
can't
heart
even make
pound.
them.
I
Oh
can't
my
drink
goodness, that was strong
even know what
stuff.
they're
Yeah, you better. I sipped mine all day for about 4 hours. But anyway, so here we are. And I guess we're going to, I kind of share what we've been doing. I know I can tell a story about each one of us, but it's better if you guys tell yours. Like, you know, Chrysula, you had to put your Chrysula's Tours in Tarpon on hold for a while, but you're back launching it.
Yes.
And that's good.
Yes. Happy
And
about that.
Cher, I
Amazing
know
Woman.
You had to put
She is an
Amazing
amazing woman.
Is on hold for months.
And that's
we
just got to
don't
be
know.
breaking your heart.
We just don't know. We were
Yeah.
going to try to have a drum circle in the park, and that didn't work out because we have to, you know, there's standards, you know, that everybody has to
Yeah.
follow as far as
Yeah.
getting people together.
Yeah.
So it's like it's been sad. I'm sure there's people out there that are, you know, lonely and very isolated, that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, exactly.
But
Call them up, invite
we have
them to
phone.
the show.
we have Zoom. I've done a ton of Zoom type
Yep.
classes,
Yes,
and
we have too.
communicating, and family. you know,
Yes.
families that get. And
We haven't done family yet because, well,
Yeah.
they're all right here, so we
right.
go and expose ourselves to one another.
But I would say
Safely.
even through the
Safely.
holidays, since we're
Yeah.
talking Christmas, that you know that would be an option too. Just maybe be creative and festive.
Sure,
You know, maybe
sure.
you could sing Christmas carols on Zoom. I don't know.
I don't know
Maybe that
either.
would work.
It's a whole new world, and I know you, Tink. I mean, I don't want to bring tears to your eyes, but you haven't rocked your babies.
yeah.
In how long?
No, but when Barb posted pictures of her grandbaby
Yeah.
yesterday, she was 1 year old.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to pick her up and love on her.
Oh,
she
she
is
is.
a doll baby.
She is something, and her Grammy's teaching her how to do the bling and all that kind of stuff.
At 1? Wow.
course
She
she
anyone
is.
taught me that.
Gotta do that.
Of course she is.
Of course. Did you see the little white bow? That wasn't my idea. That was actually Casey's, her mom's.
She's so
But yeah,
cute.
if you go on my timeline, you'll see she's my
So
great
sweet.
granddaughter. 1
That
year.
is-
Actually,
that's
we have 2. Since I saw you, well, I've seen you. We have another one, another great granddaughter too, and her name is Addison. Addison and Araya.
How
and then we've got
cute.
JD, my wild and crazy grandson, who really does take after me. Don't put us in the same room together. We kind of get out of control, but it's fun. And you know what? It's okay to get out of control every once in a while when you can occupy your mind with something that's more fun, and you can laugh and carry on that way. I think it's all absolutely fabulous. We did a lot of that on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of that. So what are you doing there, Miss Thing? Besides just figuring out what you're going to do for 2021.
Well, because I'm passionate about sales. I'm a multi-entrepreneur. I've really been into doing all this Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, and so I was up at 6 o'clock this morning.
Were you really?
Just to post the sales.
With the tornado warnings, as we were too.
Yes, I didn't even know there was a tornado warning. I got up because I was going to
Yeah, I
post
know.
those sales
I
to
was
make
gonna
sure
go
everyone knew that they were out there.
God love ya.
And some of the things don't last very long, so if I would not tell my people that they were, and they missed out, then I would
Yeah,
feel
that would
sad.
not be nice.
No.
No, but tell them about the promotions. I think your web link is going to be going up talking about Origami Owl.
Well,
of which
today,
I
just today,
love. And
we
your
had
ring.
doorbusters, which probably most of them are gone. I haven't looked lately, but all day today, we've got 20% off on our holiday collection. So if you haven't got your house decorated or you haven't got yourself decorated,
Aw.
we have beautiful things like crosses, so we have little snowmen, charms, little, like we have an owl snowman who's so cute.
Oh, I bet that is cute.
And we have so many. You just have to go to my website, which is going to be shown, but it's 20% off today, all day.
That is
So
good.
that
I'm gonna
is
call,
good.
Call Mary
That's
Louise.
just a little bit less than what I normally pay. So there we go.
Oh,
so
there
there's
you
something
go.
right there.
Yeah.
Thank
Look
you
at our
guys.
little
Cute.
snowflake locket.
I love
Wow.
it.
Is that snowman winking?
Of course he is.
Yeah.
How cute is that? Well,
And I love that little locket on the right there.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that it's, to me, it looks like a little vintage.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It
phrase,
does.
a storybook phrase.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cute.
It looks like
Very
it's got
cute.
rubies in there or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very cute.
Yeah.
Well, I have to give you my little sales pitch on that because I've never sold anything at all like these lockets on HSN when I was a host there. And that's my passion. They are love stories in a locket. So go to her link and check out the lockets too, because we always have lockets on Origami Owl. And
And the
my-
other good thing, I don't know if you just saw that, if you already have a locket, we have a new ornament hanger that the locket will fit in, so you can hang it on your tree. So most of us,
that's cute.
most of us that are into this, we have more than one locket or
I do.
multiple lockets.
bracelet lockets. And if you're into essential oils, we have the diffusers, so you can use your favorite
And
essential
so
oils.
you can put that on your tree, and the ornament hanger is like a star. So it's in the shape of a star, and you put your locket right in the middle.
How cute.
Yes.
It's
So
really
check that out. And I want to also turn over to Chris Sula because when you have another tour coming up.
Yes.
When?
So I have one on December 10th. I have on December 1st, I have I'm doing a color workshop. And if they can call me on the phone number that they'll put up. And then on the 8th is a light to go looking around for lights, driving around, and then the 10th is the walk. So, but I do want to say that I want to keep, I will be having a lot of different types of walks because we're just trying to get through all of this, and people are coming down, and some of them want to be just in a few of them together with family and all that, and I always tell everyone at this time, I am very open to customizing. We do, private walks, however you need it to be for you.
That
So.
that fits you to a T.
Yeah.
Doing those walking tours.
Thank you.
And we
awesome.
have been to one.
Can we talk about that a little bit? 'Cause that was
Sure.
such
Yes,
fun.
yes.
We went on the first one she had done, and number one, we're local, and I went to, I think 3 of the 5 places I'd never been to.
Me too.
So I didn't even know that. I didn't know about the Distillery, am I
Yes,
saying that right?
the distillery,
right
correct.
there on Alt 19.
You like those
which
roller
was-
shots, too, I might add.
Who's that?
Tarpon area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it was such fun. I met people that I've never met before.
Awesome.
And they were fun. And then Chrysula had her grandkids there, and Robbie was there.
Yeah.
And she did such a good job about talking about different places and what the history of it was and
So natural.
what kind of food they were. I mean, she did such a good job as the host and the leader of the walk. She did, I mean, we hardly saw each other because she was so busy, but
But we
I don't know how
managed.
many people we actually had there, but
Oh,
it
there was a lot.
there was
There
yeah.
had to be close to 20-some people. Because I filmed all you guys in the where was it?
Yeah,
One of the-
probably by the time with me and my nephew and his girlfriend, they helped out. So we had a lot of helpers. And thank you guys, because trust me, on the
Sounds like
second
fun.
one, I realized that I needed Barbara and Helene. I was like,
We
oh
knew you
my
would."
goodness. I'm like, kids, shut up. Hey, over there. No.
They only miss you when you're gone.
Well, it was fun, but doing those little film clips and
Yeah,
the interviews
yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
I know you want to have John come and do them professionally,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
I just did it women unscripted
Oh,
style.
it was great.
And it,
It
was
was
great
great.
because
It
you
was
get a
great.
chance to now push that out on social media. Which, by the way, if you guys aren't using social media for the businesses that you're doing at home or whatever, you really need to start thinking about that because it does make a difference. And you're getting calls. and
Absolutely.
you're getting calls, you're lining them up. And I'll tell you, I never realized what a wonderful place Tarpon Springs is. I've been living there 23 years, for heaven's sakes. And since we've been doing the Chamber show, My Chamber TV, in fact, some of the participants, including the distillery,
Yes.
we interviewed on My Chamber TV.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
what you said.
It was
that was
so
true.
much
It
fun.
was.
I literally had not been to like 3 of those places, and it was just delightful. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't even tell you how much I enjoyed it.
Thank
and it was,
you.
the idea too is that we haven't been out that much.
Yeah.
And let me out that night.
Let me out of the game. Oh my God. But we
And,
behaved.
but,
That
a
is
lot of
so
it was
true.
outside. Some of it was outside.
Yeah.
And so we started off at the distillery. It was all outside,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
could social distance if you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was just such a fun evening and well worth every penny of it. And just, I would suggest it would be a plus for everybody's Christmas list.
It sounds like
thank
great
you.
gift.
And you know what?
Great
I'm so glad you guys said that because I have gift certificates. So if anybody wants to purchase in advance for a family coming down, or if they just want to get them now before, they can call me up or email me, and I can send them a gift certificate for whatever they want, whether it be the foodie walks or the other regular walks that I have available at this time.
That is such a great idea. I had no
Thank
idea they
you.
were going to be as much fun as they were, really and truly. So congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
I mean, she's already talking about hiring people because it's going to
Yes.
be that busy.
Yes.
Because you do feel safe being out and about, outside, and you follow the county's guidelines and
Absolutely.
things like that.
And your vendors that you had organized, I'm sure that took a lot of time to get that organized.
Yeah.
But they were very good. I mean, the distillery, I'll go back to the distillery, they took us in the back where
Yeah.
I've toured like Coors and Anheuser-Busch, so I mean, huge distilleries.
Right.
And so it wasn't at all on that scale, but I still liked how they would tell us what they're doing for this. And they make moonshine,
Yeah.
which who knew that
Who
they
knew?
made moonshine? And the funny part for me about that, because I don't really care for moonshine, I found out that night because I never had it, was the fact that my grandfather, which I never knew, in Tennessee, he made moonshine. It was back during the time when there was Prohibition.
Yes.
And my father, who was just a little tyke, ran the moonshine up to wherever it needed to go. And they did such a good job of it that they got approved by the state. I mean, apparently they approved moonshiners to be
Right.
the official liquor makers. I don't really know what all that meant, but I'm just saying, my mother, when I was doing my family genealogy, I found this out, and she had a fit. How could you say that your father had anything to do with moonshine? I said he was
It must have been
9
a
years
thing.
old. He was 9 years old. He did what he was told to do. I mean, you know,
What do they know at that age, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
she was like,
goodness.
"You're just dirtying your father's memory." I'm like, he was 9.
It must have been a thing back then, because my grandfather did the same thing with
Really?
his brothers. Yes.
Well, I think they were
used
very
to go
smart to do that.
They'd go in the woods. I'm sure they were trying to hide it, but yeah, they had a little thing going there.
So this
With their
was
little
legal.
moonshine
They were entrepreneurs
Wow,
back
very
then.
good. You
Yeah.
see, instead of like my dad going and getting the mealy worms from, what is it, by Miami,
The Evergreen.
the Everglades. Yeah,
Everglades,
yeah.
yeah.
So they did the moonshine. Very good.
The moonshine worms, it kind of goes together.
Your relatives were very unscripted back at that
Yes,
time. They
yes.
did what they needed to
Yeah.
do.
Well, that, really, I mean, this brings us to the, we all need to do what we need to
We're
do.
there. We are all there right now.
Right,
Would you
absolutely.
agree?
Yes.
Because we're all readjusting, reinventing ourselves, and finding ways to not only survive financially, but to survive emotionally.
Absolutely.
Because I'll tell you, none of us have ever been through anything like this before. And we all know, as life coaches, we take our skill sets and we put them into play. Speaking of that, Cher's been a life coach for many, many, many years, and you had to put your amazing women on hold
Yes,
for
we
now.
did.
And so, have you been able to? I mean, there's so many of them.
Oh, yeah.
Is there even a screen wide enough to do Zoom? You know?
Well, I know, exactly. But I've been hearing from people, and of course, I've been super, super busy during this period of time.
no doubt.
Just helping people through
Yes.
their emotional, say fears.
Yes.
And a
Absolutely.
lot of anxiety, depression. So a lot of the work that I do as Empower Life Coach and emotional healing practitioner
EFT?
is EFT, really showing people how they can get a hold of it, how they
Yes.
can pull themselves up, how they can create the life they want. Because
That's true.
What happens with this pandemic is that people feel, very confused, number one, but really stifled. They can't do what they usually have planned. They can't go to the places they usually do. And now it seems like at the times when it's easing up a little bit, and
Here-
then we have, another.
And here we go again.
Another wave, and people are just exasperated. Then I talk to people who haven't skipped a beat. They still have their jobs, they're still getting up in the morning, so they feel a little bit more centered.
Right.
But I think, I've been speaking, I've never been busier. I'm on the phone every day, and, usually I'm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now I'm like almost 7 days a week.
Oh my goodness.
See,
I
that's
got
beautiful.
calls just driving here.
That's
And-
beautiful.
And it's like I've really, part of my, I'd say my heart instinct is to really do some deeper listening to people and giving them not just the guidance, but really motivating them to
Yes.
how they
Yes.
can go in,
Yes.
or trying some new exercises, or, redirecting their energy so it's not
Constant.
constant. So if they feel themselves going down the rabbit hole, they know that immediately they have the power to change that mindset. That they can really make a lot of changes, because people that feel that it's outside of their realm of control.
Yes. Yes.
That's where the
Yes.
the anxiety sets in.
And they maybe never have had to face it. And I want to
Yeah.
really give you a lot of credit for this, because the one thing that I know works, because I had this done, not by you, many years ago, is the emotional frequency technique that you're doing. And a lot of people aren't familiar with that, or maybe other skill sets that they're not familiar with. And they are so fearful to get out of their own way because they don't have the knowledge that empowers them to do that.
That's right.
You take that, your knowledge and what has already worked, and put it into play. And so tell
Exactly.
everybody about the EFT and how that works.
Well, the technique itself is tapping on the meridians, your meridian lines, similar to what they would do with acupuncture, but you're tapping on some of these areas. And it's amazing, even if you just use this one area here, and you're tapping just for stress release.
Oh my goodness.
And you have to, at the same time, speak to yourself, speak to whatever that is bothering you or upsetting you or those feelings that you have while you're tapping. And if you just do this one area, and then once you clear that, because when sometimes we don't feel we're being heard, and a lot of time we hold our stuff.
Absolutely.
And the negativity that's held in needs to be released. So this tapping helps people, and of course there's different places on your face and different places on your body that you can tap. But just for right now, simplifying it, this is a key area here, and it's also close to our heart center.
That is your heart chakra.
But it's amazing that if you're speaking to whatever it is that you feel is holding you back or holding you down, and you have a little bit of release, then you bring in affirmational work.
Well,
Once you release it, then you have to fill it with something that's empowering, something that's believable. Even though I have this anxiety, I still love and accept myself. You say
that's
something that you
powerful.
believe. Yes,
Yes,
because we can believe,
yes.
we can trust in ourselves, even through the difficulty. So, I've had couples and so many different people that I've talked to and
Right.
worked with about, they're concerned about their children, doing the homeschooling. Things
Oh, my
have really
goodness.
changed our schedules and routines, and people are just upset by that. But you know what the main thing is? They don't know what the future brings.
Absolutely.
That's it. Fear,
They
fear
don't-
of the unknown.
Of the unknown.
Of the unknown.
Exactly. They don't know how long will this last. What will we do? We just went through Thanksgiving. What will we do for Christmas? And traveling is, some
Can
people.
we say this at this point? Because I feel like that, as Barb said, we all are life coaches, right? And so you think that we know what we're doing. One might think that.
Well,
But
we
I think every one
Don't
of
we?
us. I think we.
Have
there's
we
a-
not cried?
There's not a difference.
Have
There
we
is a
not
big
called
difference.
one
But wait a
another
minute. But there's a
fussing?
big difference in knowing and
Doing.
and
Practicing.
doing,
Knowing,
practicing,
absolutely.
practicing. So I just wanted to share that if you feel like that you are breaking down, if you feel like your world is coming apart, don't feel alone, because I think
That's
every
right.
one of us has.
That's right.
I mean, everybody, not just, but I know I can speak for us. We all have had those moments.
Yeah, we have.
And
We
the
have.
idea of it is to do these things for ourselves. And what I found is that no matter how much we know and how much we've learned, and most all of us have been schooled in many techniques, maybe different techniques, but we're schooled in them.
right.
And yet sometimes we forget to do the simplest thing for ourselves
That's right.
or for our family. So I want you to know to just take that step back. I always say it's taking that step back and taking that breath and saying, what do I know? What have I learned from my coaches, from my teachers, from the Bible, wherever you get your source of light? What have I found that can be helpful to me or my family at this moment?
That's beautiful.
Because sometimes that's all we can look at is this moment. This
right.
moment. Not tomorrow, not Christmas, not whatever. I have to go deep inside and say, what can I do now?
Right.
And ask the Lord, what can I do now?
Absolutely. I believe
And
that
so I just
much.
I wanted to share that because, I feel like I'm one of the most positive persons in the world, but I have had issues during this time.
But isn't that why now, before it was all community, right, Cher? And we, now it's like, we need to get back to that.
Yeah.
Because that's how we help. I can call Barbara and say, oh my gosh, what a day I'm having. And she's like, oh, but or Sharon. And you know what I want
Or I'll say, knock it off, Priscilla. Where's your head at? With love, though.
saying that. So right now, how can we start? What is a neat, a good tapping, and what are a good couple of words to say going into the new year? So let's say on the 31st of December, right? When we're ready for that new year, what's a good tapping place, and what should we say to ourselves?
In other words, what part of
Yeah.
the body?
Yes. Well, the first thing is that one of the best mantras I know in tapping, or, tapping here, or here, or here, is to say and acknowledge, I am a powerful person.
Ah, I like-
because
okay.
people forget their power.
Oh,
They're distressed with whatever's happening out there, or to someone else, you know. And it's to remind ourselves, I'm a powerful person, and I have creative ability. I can create whatever I want. That's where most people get lost. But I think that in itself is easy enough. I met a lady today, I was at the chiropractor, and there was this beautiful woman sitting next to me, and we were talking about what we've been through and the racial divide. And she was this beautiful black woman with dreads, and we both had our masks on. And we just started talking about how her and I did not feel divided, that we were talking, and she said, you know, we all bleed the same blood. And there's a lot more similarities than there are differences besides skin color or your thought process, belief systems. But she said something when we talked about women, and she said, you know, we're all a part of the tapestry. We're all, she thinks of it as a quilt. And her name was Heather. And she said that each part of the quilt has a patch, and it represents you or represents your community or whatever you're doing, family or whatnot, and that we're all different. But when we're together, it makes this beautiful, this blanket that we can put over our humanity.
It's a
Wow.
You know, that it's a
masterpiece.
big message.
It's a masterpiece in
Yes.
quilt work. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm
And you
glad.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sorry.
glad you shared that story, because it makes a lot of sense, and not everyone is thinking that way.
Yes.
Turn on the news and you'll see for yourself all the craziness, the mobs and the
Yeah.
craziness that's going on out there. We have got to get back to God. I
Yes.
said it. Yes. And listen to people that are being able to push through this. And that's what I want to bring in, what I want to share with you too, because I'm very excited about it. But you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say, you know, there's a lot of people who said, you know, the women can heal the world. I mean, you know, we have a lot of people ruling the world that are not women, and this is not an anti-man statement, but
No,
I do
no.
believe it's the heart. It's the heart in women who are
nurturing.
nurturers. We can
Yes.
heal this. You know, we
Right.
have to believe we can heal it, because if we don't, then we're going to go home and put our head under the pillow, right?
Well,
and
if-
we right here, right
Yes,
now,
yes.
we are healing.
We
Yes.
are.
We want you
we
to-
are a
we
tapestry
want-
right here.
Yes, we
That's
are.
right.
We really
And
are. And that's why we do these shows. That's why we come to you by using this platform, because even though we're live right now, these shows are archived. And you can go to WeBeam TV any day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and you can see all of our shows.
All of our silliness.
Our craziness, our laughter, our tears, all of that. And we are podcast on YouTube. You can Google my name. You can Google the show, Primetime TV. Go to WeBeamTV.com. That's our website for what we do here. But you know, I know that I am exactly where I am supposed to be. And many of you tune in on Mondays with my husband and myself. You've been there to hear how we talk about what happens to the body when you are under stress and when your frequency level goes below that flatlining area. You've seen that. You've maybe been on our Zoom calls. Chrisula's on a Zoom call with me every single day at 4 o'clock, and my husband talks about this frequency. And that whole frequency can be changed by doing something called living a heart-empowered life. And that is the main skill set that my husband and I have been doing for, well, he's been doing it even before but for 20-some years. That's why we shamelessly get up on our soapbox on Mondays and give you a little share of that so that you can test that out for yourself, because once you live a heart-centered life, you don't go into that lower frequency level, because when you hit that frequency level, that's where the mind becomes the devil's playground. That's where fear comes in. That's where all the negativity and depression comes in. And that's why I personally, as of 2020, have dedicated myself to this as not just a side hustle. This is what I'm living. It is my dream. 2020 with the COVID has been the dream for me, to start with kids, which I've been wanting to do for 20 years and still don't have my book done, because I believe that this was divine intervention when I tested out on my little grandson on Valentine's Day this year. the Heart Smarts Adventure Program. And he was a 6-year-old, and we were homeschooling. What a perfect time to actually test him out on how to manage and self-regulate his emotions. I thought if I could get 5 minutes out of this child, I'd be doing great, because he has the attention span of a gnat, right? He went 5 minutes, he went 10 minutes, he went 15, 20, he gave me 35 minutes
Oh my goodness.
of the Heart Smart Adventures. Since then, I became licensed with Heart Math Institute. Myself personally, my husband's had his certification ever since 1997. So it was one of those nights where I'm up in the middle of the night and up pops Heart Math on Facebook. And I thought, okay. So now I'm licensed for teaching kids, and as of just this week, the night that I was up from 1 o'clock in the morning, Heart Math popped up. I will now be going back to school for my certification to work with Heart Math as a clinician.
Wow.
For professionals, for doctors and nurses. We have 3 nurses in our family, and to be working with counselors, life coaches, and professionals, because my husband and I always said there's going to come a day, the day is here, where we can all use our skill sets, because the world is going cuckoo out there, and it's not their fault. And so when we all can share some of these things, just little tidbits, if you pull one thing from us.
Can I tell you something, a
Yes.
little secret about Barb and
She's
her
squeezing
grandson?
my hand. I love you too.
After a while, JD, her grandson, started teaching her.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So he was taught, and he picked it up like that, and then he would say to her, Mimi,
Do you remember?
do you remember what you taught me?
Well, it was all over. Now, you guys, you know me by now. Whether it's from HSN or from the shows that we do here, you know that this whole technology is crazy stuff for me. It's okay. I've got other things that I'm strong in. So I'm homeschooling. Everybody in Pasco County is trying to load onto the system.
Right,
And I
right.
figured, oh, well, I'll just sign in, and here we go, and we'll be good to go, right? It didn't happen that way. So I had to show how to manage and self-regulate myself, because I'm trying to lead by example. But you can clearly feel the frequency of another person within 12 feet of them. So
Very true.
he's sitting there observing me, and I'm going, dang, you know. And so he's going, Mimi, you need to manage your emotions. Oh, but wait, there's more. Because it came also
cute.
later on, after we'd gotten through it, and he got good grades. And I mean, I've never done this before. But I'll tell you, we bonded, and it was mission accomplished, because now he tells his dad, he tells his mom.
Oh,
and
that's wonderful.
And we have a family program. If you go to my website, barbaramarvel.com, you'll see the video on there. It's called the Heart Math Experience, and I think it's still free. And I paid $29.95 to do that myself, so that I could tell people about it. And so JD, he comes to me one day, everything was gone crazy with the technology, and he says, mind you, I have a massage table in the schoolroom, right there in the schoolroom, and he'd get a massage at the breaks and all that from me. I'm not a massage therapist, but he just liked his foot rubbed and things like that. So we had one day, and it was just crazy, and I was trying to do a little bit of work, and we always have relaxation music on with affirmations and all that. It's good energy in the villa. So he goes, Mimi, I think you need to get away from your work for a minute. You need to go put some relaxation music. I thought I was just good.
From the mouth of babes.
From the mouth of babes. So you've got to believe if the timing isn't now, then when is it? It's right now. We're in it. We're in the thick of how we can help one another. And I've got to look at. You guys talk for a minute, because I've got to go on Facebook, because I'm going to find something I want to talk about that a friend of mine, Gavin, wrote on there that was very, very powerful to me. And just go say, I'm used to do that. I'm so proud of. Go ahead, go talk. I'll find it and then I'll interrupt you.
So do you know, tell us about your color. The
color workshop? Okay, it is going to be on the 1st of December, and it's from 6:30 to 8:30. And we're going to go through different colors, also crystals, and anything related to frequency. So a little bit of everything is going to be jammed in 2 hours.
That sounds awesome.
Yes.
What was that? What day is that?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
This
No,
Tuesday. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
is
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't hear the date. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's going to be awesome. You gave me one of those little white crystals when I
Yes.
came over there.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that? Was that
Selenite.
Selenite. That's
Yeah.
powerful
Yes.
crystals.
Yes.
Well, I want to. Can I read this now?
Absolutely.
And thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
I just
Read
the host. I just lost it now. Oh my gosh. This is. I told you it's going to be unscripted, right? Okay, here we go. Gavin Barkdahl. You know Gavin.
Yes.
You know Gavin. Okay, so listen to this. I can't really show you the picture on this, but I can show you guys the picture, and I'll read this. Oh, I hate it when I look at this picture, and then I'm going to read.
Oh, the picture's awesome.
Yes, and you can look up Gavin Barkdahl and read this. I'm going to read it for you today. So grateful and hopeful for a sweet reunion someday. Until then, I love these words. Fill our hearts with sweet forgiving. Teach us tolerance and love. Let our prayers find access to Thee in the holy courts above. Then when we have proven worthy of Thy sacrifice divine, Lord, let us regain Thy presence. Let Thy glory round us shine. Mabel Jones Gavitt, in humility, our Savior. And then he has that hashtag thingy, give thanks, and de gracias. That hit me
Wow.
so strong today.
Hashtag Bingy.
Yeah, well, you know that. Well, I don't still don't understand that stuff. Why haven't you taught me that my social thing?
Because you
I'm
just,
trying to be
you're-
serious
Because
here.
you're happy about saying hashtag Bingy.
Yeah.
Well,
We know what you meant, though.
you see,
got it.
So I got the point.
We got it.
But isn't that beautiful?
It is.
Beautiful.
Oh my
It is.
gosh!
It
And
is.
Gavin is on our team, and he's such a beautiful person, beautiful family, and so I just read that early this morning amongst all the craziness going on at my house.
You mean the
And-
tornado?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just woke up at what time?
It was
Early.
six.
It was early.
It was
It
like-
was
Yeah.
10
It was
after 6.
I thought it was.
Was
before
it before, a little bit before 6? It might have been.
And we
Yeah.
were fast asleep,
Yeah.
and this tornado was ripping right through exactly where we were, but we didn't hear anything.
And
No
the-
train sounds,
The
nothing.
alert, could you hear it from your phone? Our phones went off.
Yeah.
Well, I had this phone off. It
Loud.
was the house phone that
Yeah.
rang.
Wow.
Right, right.
So at our house, it stormed like you wouldn't believe.
No, we
It
didn't have
blew the
that.
trees,
We didn't have any
everything
of that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, we
And
had
then-
a lot of storm too.
Did you? Yeah. So
I mean, it was
That's
actually
beautiful, though.
Isn't that nice?
And
So,
that's important, though, I think, to share inspirational things. That's
Yes.
another
Yes.
very helpful thing. Kind
Yes.
of creates our, changes our mindset.
Absolutely.
And focusing on something that,
Well, you're
you know,
good about that, Cher. You share the light. You share a light every day. on
every
Facebook.
day,
Yeah.
and several
I
times
do.
a day, and thank you for that.
I do. I mean, I have the group and the women, but I have clients too, and my family and friends. But I do feel that that's one of the things that we can do is being
Yes.
trying to be an example. We're not perfect.
No.
I've had my ups and downs as much as
Oh,
I know,
my
and
goodness.
my practice is good. But I have to get myself out of that rabbit hole every
all
once in a
do.
while.
We all
I mean,
do.
we're all human, so. And the longevity,
Mm-hmm.
but the inspiration is important. It even helps me to look for
Yes.
it. And I have other
Yes.
people that I follow, let's say Facebook, but even around your home or nature, Bill and I have been going out too, more in nature and by the water. And oh my gosh, it's so cleansing and releasing.
Isn't it, though?
It is.
It just
But-
feels good.
But I think we have to remind ourselves to do that. We have to push ourselves a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
and
You
not
know?
and not be embarrassed or ashamed or
Yeah.
afraid, and be able to sit there and say, "Look, Barbara, look, Sharon, I'm
Yes.
having one of those days, and I really need something. Helena, can you come over? Can you just talk to me?" Because it's community, right? We can't
right.
forget
Yeah.
that. We have to uplift, and not that we have to,
It's
but
a
it
choice.
makes us feel
But that's
good.
what we're here
Yeah.
for.
Yes.
Of course it is.
That's what
It
we're
is.
here
Yes.
for.
It
I mean,
really
Priscilla
is.
she's had someone in her family's having a health challenge.
Oh, you read my
And-
mind. Yes.
And she was looking for some help, and she put it out on Facebook. Barbara and I knew about it, and we weren't able to actually get her to, we weren't able to do anything about it ourselves personally, but we were able to get her to someone who was able to help this
Absolutely.
person.
And do you know the
And
latest?
She's going in tomorrow, in the hospital tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Not Crisula,
No, not
the person
me.
that's sick.
Yeah.
And isn't that what we're supposed to do?
All your
Absolutely.
prayers.
You know, we
if you,
do exactly what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
So I mentioned it to I mentioned it, Crisula mentioned it to us, and we talked about it, and
put it out on Facebook.
put it out
Yeah,
there, and
thank
then
you.
it all came.
Oh my
to-
God.
You guys helped us
Yes,
out. Anybody out
absolutely.
there that heard about this, and I'll tell you, our prayers were all answered within a very short amount
my
of time.
gosh, yes.
And that was the one time when you called me, it was at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And I knew that something was up at that time, and she wasn't asking me to go running with her, that's for sure.
It was so early, and I'm like, Barbara will be up.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that. It was like, oh, I
Yeah,
got to talk to
yeah,
I know this is
yeah,
what's happening.
was-
I don't know
I
what I'm going to do.
couldn't-
Crisula,
It
stop.
was so bad that I couldn't even. I'm like,
She couldn't
Get it out.
Yeah.
no, I couldn't.
She
I
couldn't get
even-
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the words, it was like I couldn't even spell simple words because my brain was so like.
Well, that's what,
I was trying to help her
Stress thing, yeah.
post on Facebook, and
You know-
you poor thing, I felt my heart went out to you.
Sorry.
I thought, okay, I haven't had my coffee yet, but I'm going to do this. And we got it done, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It didn't matter what the words were. Your heart was in it.
that's right.
And look how she's going in for surgery. So now we need more prayers.
Yes.
For tomorrow for the surgery.
Yes.
And what time does she go in?
Oh my gosh, I'm not sure. I got so excited of knowing that she's going in. I was like, oh.
I know.
And
So, well, we'll still keep the
Yeah.
prayer chain
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
and we'll get it out there.
Thank you.
And
And I'll
tomorrow is a
give
good
y'all
day to go
pro-
over to St. Michael's, which
Yes.
is your
Oh, yeah.
grandma's
Yeah.
shrine,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. St. Michael's. I know.
Very
and I'm
special.
like, St. Michael, where are you?
Well, we know it's happening,
Yeah.
so that's really
Yeah.
But
awesome.
isn't it funny that through the time, let's just say the last couple of years, a lot of people were saying, well, Facebook and all this social media is really not good for you. It,
Yeah.
you know, it can make you depressed. It can do this. It can do that. But through this time, it's kind of like that has become kind of our sanity in some
Right.
That's
respects.
right.
Yes.
Because we are able to reach out. We're able to do a Zoom call with
Yes.
friends on there.
Yes.
We're able to reach out to find something or someone. There's a great group in, I think it's going around. It's called, I don't know exactly what, but there's a Newport Richie. There's nothing for sale. People are offering things that they're giving away. And so they try to keep it in local groups. So there's like a Trinity group,
Oh,
a Newport
yes,
Richie group.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so,
that's
you know,
wonderful.
obviously, but if you've got a red lamp or something and you don't like it anymore, you want to give it away, you put it on there and someone can ask for it, and then, you know, you can hook up by, you know,
nice.
by a safe delivery, by leaving it on your porch or whatever. And the things that people are giving away, I just read them because I just feel like, what a wonder. It does my heart
Yes.
good.
That's
It
the
does-
community.
It
Yes.
does my
That's
heart
the
good to
community.
see that
So
I'm
many.
not really, I'm the one that should be giving away because I have.
Yeah, you should. What you got? No, I'm just kidding.
So it's,
I couldn't resist that.
it's like, I feel your garage sale.
Well, I've got plenty in our garage. I'm working on purging.
But it is so nice because, you know, you see people, and this happens all the time, you know, there's, be a Santa for a senior is, you know,
Right.
something that's going on and all that. And, you know, the seniors and, you know, most of these people, they ask for such little things.
I know.
They ask for a new robe or new slippers or maybe underwear. You know, most people don't ask for much.
Right.
They just want something that they can use, obviously. So there's no point in giving them a case of red Solo cups if they are living by themselves. You
Yeah.
know, that's the type of thing. And so this is really, it's kind of coming into play what all this has been for, right? We're coming into a time to know that this is teaching us that no man is an island,
Yeah.
you know, and that we have a choice on who we make our community to be and how we make our community to be.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
And so we can, I dare say that all of us have been changed by this.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
And
we-
we're going to
we
come
have.
out, we're
We
going to
really
come out
have.
so much
Yeah.
stronger.
Absolutely.
And
yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think we found too that the value in connection. Just, I mean, we talk about it. I don't think we've really focused on it, of the importance of connection. Because when people are feeling disconnected or the isolation,
Oh, yeah.
if they can find something to connect to.
Of course.
And when we mentioned Facebook, and that is a tool to
Yes.
do that, where you feel like you can be seen and heard.
Of course.
Absolutely.
But I think, yes, doing acts of kindness, random acts of kindness, being there for someone, I think it has changed us in a way of, through a pandemic,
Yeah.
how necessary and important it is to reach out,
absolutely.
to check up on your friends.
Yes, I was going to say,
you know.
that is,
Yeah.
I love how you guys, how the group, and they put on Facebook, how's everyone doing? And I love that, because just even looking
Checking
at it,
in.
just looking at that makes your heart like smile, because you're like, wow, it's so cool that we can at least find a way, and that's the good part about Facebook,
That's right.
and that's the
Connection.
good part
And
about
then,
all
and then
these.
somebody might, just need to like have a little rant.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes
yeah,
we
hey.
have someone on there that has a little rant. And you know what? It's fine, because we all support that person at that
Absolutely.
time.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
and then in that particular group, we have somebody who lives in Ecuador, and we've known her. She lived in the States. I think everyone
Yeah,
that
I
you
know
know
her,
her,
yeah.
Carol. And she lived in a place, and all of a sudden it was infested with bugs, and they didn't know what to do.
Oh, my
and so we heard about her rant and tried to support her through that. And now she just showed us last week on
Yes.
her on the call. She showed us her new home.
Did she move? She
Yes.
moved. She left the bugs.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
beautiful place,
left those
too.
bugs behind.
Wow.
Good
That's
job.
Spacious.
And they got a better place. It's one of
Yep.
those things that felt
Less
like
money.
a catastrophe.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh, now we're going to have to
That's
move
right.
and all that. But you know what? They got a better place, a bigger place, no bug place.
No bugs.
And
No bugs.
so it's just, and Carol might not have that much to say now for a month or so. But we spent the time to look at her new home and celebrate that with her.
I love
That's
to hear that. Gosh,
beautiful.
we're down to less than 5 minutes,
Yes.
you guys.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness.
How'd that happen?
I don't know.
We have to add another hour. No.
Oh,
My, how time flies when you're having fun.
yes, that is so true. We're going to be doing a lot of different things next year, and even the girls don't know some of the things that we have. So, well, you do a little bit, but I was thinking maybe we should, when with our Women Unscripted show, especially, Zoom somebody in that might want to join the show as not a customer or anything, but as a fellow human being, as a fellow woman that maybe needs a little bit of cheering up and come on the
At
show.
one time we were going to have them call in.
We did have a little bit of that,
but that didn't seem-
technology changes and things like that. And Tink and I were just talking a little bit about we're working on. I have wanted to do a shopping show. Does that surprise you?
Surprise. I don't know where that would have come from.
I don't know. What do you
Well, you and I
think
done.
she do it? No.
So you know what? We're going to do it.
Good.
We're going to figure it out.
Very good.
Because we come up with the idea that we can do this without you even coming into the studio. And you had some great ideas, and I know you have given me ideas too, Chrisula. And I'm only here one day a week on Mondays, and I'm trying to pack everything in
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
these shows. And Women Unscripted is a special edition, and I want to do more and more and really get back in the saddle of hosting to help you. Because if we can do a segment, a half hour, 15 minutes or whatever, and help you promote your business, your products, whether it's jewelry or whatever, we're going to put that together, and hopefully by a little after the first of the year, it may even go till springtime, but I'm really on this. I feel really strongly, and you do too, and you just said, just with this group of girls alone, with the people that we all know, we can help. And affordably, very,
Oh,
very
my goodness,
affordably.
yes.
And you said you've got eons and eons of social butterfly
I am a
media.
connector.
I know you are.
And
That's why we call you Tinkerbella.
and because we're down to such, can I just say how much I cherish each of you?
Sure.
And the show and each of you. I feel like that this is a time
Yep.
to say thankful.
Yes.
to be
Yes.
thankful. You know, obviously we just had Thanksgiving, but I cherish you and you and you and you.
Thank you.
We cherish
And
you back.
I am so blessed.
I know.
I have co-created with God this community of
Yes.
women that I feel so blessed to be a part of, and I know you do too.
Yes,
and so
absolutely.
thank you. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of your wisdom
five
and
each
all
other.
of your
Yes,
care.
high five.
Everybody.
And you know, and Barb, she gets the most
it.
credit
No.
because she has the show.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Pull
she
us
has
together.
this platform.
Yes.
And
Very
so,
grateful.
not that we didn't all know each other before this show, but it's only brought us closer.
Yes.
You know, it really has,
Yes.
and this was all divinely guided. This one here,
Thank
this
John.
one
We should
here.
thank John too.
John, Crazy John, our producer,
Crazy
who
John
we all
on the
adore
skateboard.
and love in spite of himself. And he knows that. We say that with love. And Maura Sweeney, Maura for
right.
you,
Maura.
who came up with the name Women Unscripted at one of your meetings.
Yes.
So here we are, how many years later? How long has it been? I mean,
Said something like 5 years.
5
at
years.
least
More, it's-
5
yeah, at
years.
least.
At least
Crazy.
5 years.
I don't know.
I know John wants me to do this weekly. And if we can figure out a way to do that and to help women and get sponsors to do that, I will commit to doing this weekly. So if you want to write any one of us, get with us. If you know anybody that you think might be interested, we're going to make this work. And I'm doing a lot of praying and meditating about it at that higher frequency level and coming from love. And like Cher says about the tapping, that's right
Absolutely.
there in the heart chakra. It really, really works. It's time to say our goodbyes, but only for now. I'll be back next Monday, and that might even be an unscripted show because I don't even know what we're going to be talking about next week. So thank you very much for joining us, and we're glad that you're with us. And I, along with Tink and the other girls, we do so appreciate you.
Yes.
Feel free to reach out to us.
Absolutely.
Let's throw a kiss to
Absolutely.
everybody. Yes?
Okay.
Mwah. Thanks for being there. God bless
Thank
each of you.